Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Okay, we will wait for few more minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, I think now we should move on with this session. Okay, so today I will talk about something that I did not convey you last time. That was, can we make our own functions and can we call them uh, in different Python script? So last time someone was asking, I don't remember. I think his or her name, maybe. Okay, Nigam, can you turn off your video? Nigam Nayak, because there are other people who may not have a good bandwidth, so it may affect them. Okay, so someone was asking last time about this function, functions that we define, can we call them in different Python script that we are writing? Who was that? May I know? Okay, let's say. Okay. Anyway, so first I will start with that. So I will share my screen with you guys. Spider. Okay, so let's say I'm making some functions. Let's say greet. Last time I remember I make, made some functions like this, like greet. Okay, then I will pass a string here. What it will do, it will print that string with
Sir, DEF means define, sir.
what?
DEF means define.
Yes, so it's for it used for defining a function. So it will
Any
print hello.
any function when we create, we use DEF, sir.
Yes, so whatever function that you are making, that a user is making, he has to start with this DEF, and then this colon is also important. Then I will put some that string.
Sir,
Okay.
what is the use of functions, sir, and how the function store the uh, values, sir?
Uh, 1 second. First, let me do this. Then I will get back to you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I will save this function. Let me save it as save as what? Let's say it's a greeting. So gr greeting, right? Greeting.py. Now I'm saying that I'm making a different function, opening different script where what I'm doing, I want to pass a string in this function that I've created just now, this greet function. But what I'm doing it in a separate Python script. So for that, what I will do, from greeting, I have made a module greeting import what greet, right? So now I'm importing my own function in a different Python script that I've made. And what I will do, I will pass a string here, greet, and I'm passing a string, let's say bin2. So what I'm expecting here, if I run this, so I will get this hello bin2. And what was the function here? Okay, let me put the space and then save it again. Now let's go back here. Okay, once I run this, what will happen? It's showing that reloaded module greeting. Now once again, I will run this. Okay, so let's save this. Now let's go back here. Okay, I will run this. So here, whatever is there, but the output is hello Bintu. That means, so last time when I was like importing some functions like inbuilt functions like import num numpy, edge np, or something like from matplot matplotlib dot pyplot import pyplot something whatever is there in that function. So some people have asked me like how and where these things are, like matplotlib numpy, what are these, what are we are importing. So it's a similar thing. You can now see it that we have defined a function greet that is inside a file greeting.py. So what we are saying to this Python, like, go to this greeting file greeting.py, and from there import greet. And then we know that a greet is such, if we pass a string in that, so what it will do, it will take a string and then it will print hello plus that string. So this way we can do this. So I hope everybody understood that. So did I make myself clear how you can define your own functions and can import it? Okay. Okay. So who was the one who was asking the question last time, like about the functions?
I am the person.
Okay. So what do you want to ask?
What is the uses of function and how the function will store the values?
Okay. So let's say, uh, okay, function. What is the use of function? You don't function. What it does? It actually uh, do. You can write 200, 300 lines of code, and let's say you want to print some. Okay, you want like I did for this greet function. What I did, I written some name. I passed that name to that function, and what it did was that he printed like hello and some name that was passed to the function. Right now, if you want, if you don't want to use a function, then what you have to do? You have to manually print. Okay, you will write print, then you will write hello, then you will write Bintu. Okay, so you can do this by just one time. You can do it one time. But if somebody asks like, no, 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 don't print Bintu. You have to print, let's say, Python. Hello, hello, Python. This thing. So what you have to write this print function again, right? So you have to write this hello again and this Python again, and whatever doing, you are just repeating something, and the repetition is print. But if somebody, if you have something like this greet, where you just have to pass that keyword, the whatever you want to print with hello. So what you will do, you will just pass that keyword, and you have already defined the function, and that takes a string and it adds hello, and so it basically concatenate hello with in that string that you have passed to that create function. So it returns hello plus that string that you have passed. So once I press run, so it returns hello world and hello Bintu. So you see, I am changing Bintu to world, but the function is working fine because this is what a function do. It takes some arguments and it returns something. And okay, so what I have done, I have just written 2 lines of code here, and now I can use this function anywhere. And what it will do, you just need to provide a string, and it will add hello. So you see, you understand that uh, you are repeating something, then you can use a function. And if you want to like make your code readable, then you can use a function. And let's say you want to you want to make modules, means you want to modularize your code. Then what you can do, you can define different chunks of your program in a uh, in a in a functions, like 2 3 lines of functions, and then you can call them again anywhere, and you don't have to write the same code like again. You just have to call the function. So this is what function does, and uh, that's why it is used, because it makes your life easier. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I hope like everybody understood, like you can make your own function and you can import them in different Python script that you have written. But what, so one thing I also want to make clear, like here I have saved both file like this greeting.py and this untitled. 11.py. In both are in same directory, and the directory is this C users this amrin.spy.py phrase. Okay, so you guys have to be careful. Like when you are when you want to write define this kind of function, so you can define it anywhere. You can save that function anywhere in your lab in your computer. But once you're calling that function, so you have to provide a proper address. Okay, this is where this function is. So I'm using this both this untitled.11py and greeting.py. In both are in same directory. So that's why there is no need to specify the path of that function. But if you are saving in a different directory, then you have to specify the path. Okay. So now I think you guys have understood how this import function works, like import numpy, import random, import matplotlib dot pyplot, import math, all these things. So somebody have already written all these codes for like pyplot, uh, numpy, all these things. So what you do is you just pass the required argument, and it makes your life easier. Okay, you don't need to write those codes again. It just takes some input and gives you the required output. Okay. Okay, so let's move on with this week's content.
Sir, if I'm not using Spider, then I'm using ID. What will be the procedure? Will I use the same one like what you wrote in the code, or like it will differ in ideal?
Spider is also ID, so it won't differ because what I told you, like if you're written both files, both py files in the same directory, you can use the same syntax that I have used.
In the same page itself, lesser. So,
Yeah, like in same folder.
thank you, sir.
But you are changing if you are saving one function in different folder and you're calling in a different place. So you have to specify, oh, this is where I have saved my function, and this is what this is where it has been saved, and now call that function.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let's go to question one. Okay, so this was first. I think you guys have already gone through the lecture, week four lecture. So the first thing was there this magic square, right? So where the sum along rows or columns or along both diagonals has to be, if it is 3 cross 3 magic square, then it has to be 15. So I think all of you have gone through this lecture. So you guys understand what I'm talking about. Now I have a question. So question one is this. Which of the following statement are true regarding the magic square and is the number of rows or columns? So first, so it's a multiple correct question. So the first is the sum of each row and each column is n plus 1 by 2. Second one is the sum of each row and each column is n square plus 1 by 2. In a magic square, each number is distinct and no number is repeated. The sum of number in each row must be a prime number. So, okay, somebody's okay. So, uh, few of are you correct commenting that it's the B and one guy commenting like it's C. But I'm already telling you that it's a multiple correct answer type question. Okay, Chidambra Kumaran. Yes, so B and C both. and Priyanshi Sukla, B and C. So yes, both of you are correct. It's B and C. Okay, how it is so? Uh, so let me go to the slide number one. Okay, you can see here. It's all the numbers in this magic square are different, like 1 to 9, but no number is repeated. And as I told, like n is the number of column or row, and they both are same. That means it's a square. That's why its name is magic square. And here n is 3. N is 3. That means according to this formula, what will happen? 3 inside a bracket 3 square plus 1. That means 3 into 9 plus 1. It means 30 by 2 and it is 15. And here the answer is 15. So it's working, right? So it's the sum of each row and each column is n square plus 1 by 2. And in a magic square, each number is distinct and no number is repeated. Okay. Question number two.
Sir, once explain option B. Which
What?
number should be taken in the place of n?
What are you saying? So n is the number of rows or column. I written here.
Okay, okay. The three rows and three columns.
Yes, there are three rows, three columns. That's why it is called a square because number
Okay, we
of
can.
columns is equal to number of rows.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. I'm moving on to next question. In a 3 cross 3 magic square, the sum of numbers in each row, column, and diagonal is same. If the magic constant is 15, what is the value of central number in the magic square? So let me tell you what is a magic constant. So magic constant is nothing but the uh, total sum along each row or each column or the main diagonal. So both are same. And this question, what will be the answer? So what I'm asking, what I'm asking is this that let's say, so what I'm asking here is this, like you have this matrix, right? This this thing, and I'm asking what is the value that will be the only value that can be placed here. So if it is a 3 cross 3 matrix, then let's say if you want to place 1 here, okay, and the numbers in 3 cross 3 matrix can be from 1 to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, right? So there can be only 9 numbers and they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If let's say we want to place 1 here, then this one and this one, whatever the number we are going to place here and here, and plus 1 has to be equal to 15. But at the same time, here and here, all these three numbers have to be equal to 15. Also, along this and along this diagonal, the all the sum has to be 15. So if we are placing one here, so that means we have to make four pairs such that this one, this one, this one, and this one. All these things are satisfied. So, okay. Now, if we have taken one, so that means here we can, let's say, place 8 and we can place 6 here. Then 8 plus 6 is 14 and 1 is 15. Okay. Now, is there any other way we can make 15?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
9 and 5. Sir,
No, no.
like,
9 and 7. Okay. They are 16. 9 and
sir, I have a small doubt.
9 and 5. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can there be any other pair who can make 15?
10 and 4.
10 and 4.
Sir,
15 plus
But
1
1
but
cannot be
okay.
placed in the middle, no, sir.
But
Ten
this
is
thing,
taken, huh?
yeah, but this thing okay, where is 10? No, no, no. 10 is not allowed, na? Sorry. 10 is not allowed. 10 is not here. Now, can you find any other pair? But do you
7
see?
and 7.
No, no.
7 and 7.
They have to be unique. All the numbers have those numbers have already
Multiplication is
placed. They
not
can be
allowed.
used. Yeah. But you see along this column, it's already 8 plus 9 is 17. So it's already gone beyond the 15, beyond the limit of 15. So it's not possible to put one here, right? And you can't find any other pairs also. Okay, now let's remove this. Let's
Sir, in the video, they said that 1 can't be placed in the middle.
okay. One can be placed a middle in a 3 cross 3 square. Uh, we tried now, but how we can place one here? Let's say we want to try some combinations. Let's say we have placed one. Then
Sir,
Sir, can I ask a doubt?
yes,
Sir, in the video says that the position of 1 must be n by 2, comma n
yes,
minus 1.
yes. So okay, that is also I can clarify. So what here n is what? N is your 3, right? And n by 2 is what? 3 by 2, and that is if you are doing a integer division, you have to do. Otherwise, float division won't work. So integer division is what? It's 1. Okay? And n minus 1 is the column position. And what is that? 3 minus 1, and that is 2. And in Python, what you have, this is your 0, 0, this is 0, 1, this is 0, 2, and this is 1, 0. Okay, this is 1, 1. This is what? 1, 2, and this is 2, 0, and this is 2, 1, and this is 2, 2. Right? So where you find your number? This is row 1 and this is column 2. So here the 1 can be placed, not here in the middle. Got it?
yes, sir. It is in the
Okay.
middle row, last column.
Yeah. So according to that formula, so I think uh, you guys have understood now. Like it's a middle row, but it has to be the last column. L minus 1 means in Python you know that it counts from 0 to n minus 1, right? Not from 1 to n. So values are assigned like if you want to read some number from a list, so you take the first number as you give that number a 0 index. Okay. So who was asking the question? Did you understand that why we can't place one inside in the middle position at 1 1?
Is there any formula to find out?
What?
Is there any formula to find out this middle number of a magic constant?
Yeah, for magic constant you can just sum it up, but for a middle number, it's I think for 3 cross 3 it has to be 5 because other pairs are not there. In if you put any numbers other than 5, this magic constant, that is the sum along the row or along any column, has to be 15. It won't be satisfied. So let me just in like very show you this one. Like you try to place two here. What are the things like? It has to be 9 9 plus what, 5, right? You can have this one pair, and it's okay. No, 9 plus 4. You can have 9 plus 4. You can have 8 plus 6. No, 8 plus what? 8 plus 5. Sorry, and then you can have 7 plus 6. But I think there are no more numbers which can make such a pair, right? But you need one, two, three, and four pairs. So it two is also not possible, right? Now, if you try to place three here, if you try to place three, then what you can do? You have what 10? Okay, three. Then you have to start with 9, and you can go to right. You can go to 8. You can go to 4. You can go to 7. Then you can go to 5. But you can go to 6, and you can go to okay. For this one, you can't have anything. So there are only three pairs. 9 plus 3 is 12, 8 plus 4 is 12, 7 plus 5 is 12, and you will add 3 and it will make 15. But we need 4. So we can't do this with this 3 also. Now we want to go with 4. 4, then here we can write 4. Now what will happen? I can take 9. We can take 2. We can take 8. We can take 3. We can take what? No. 9. We can eat. Okay. Okay, it's fine. We can take 7. We can take no, 4 is already there. So we can take what? No,
6 and 5.
6 and 5. Yes, thanks. And can there be any other pair? 7 and 3? No, not possible. Right. So I don't think so that there will be any other pair. So this is also not possible. let's try to place 5 here. So what we can do now? We can have 9. We can have 1. We can have what? 8. We can have 2. We can have 7. We can have 2. Okay. We can have 6. We can have 4. You see exactly 4 numbers appear. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? So this is a 5 is only possible way to put this inside this 3 cross 3. So you guys understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can place 1 here, we can place 2 here, then 3 I think here. So it's all already like 5, 3, 8, and it's 7, 2, 7, 9. Then what will be here? 6, 6, 1 is what? 7, 7, and there will be 8, 8, 3 is 11. Then this has to be 4, and it's 4. Then this has to be 9, and you see all the pairs 9 and 1, 8 and 2, 4 and 6, 7 and 3. You see, it's satisfied. Does anybody have any doubt in this one? Okay, so let me go back to stop sharing and then
Sir, can we take repeated numbers?
no. So
Like,
that's the so it's the thing about this magic square that you can't take the repeated numbers. So 5 is the only way we can make 4 pairs, and so that will be that will satisfy the requirement that the magic constant should be 15. So 5 is correct. Okay. Next thing is a matrix. So why I want to tell you about this matrix? It's because so whatever. Okay. So why matrix is important? Matrix is important because whatever the data you deal, it just comes in terms of matrix. You can store a large number of data in terms of matrix, and you can really run it very fast. There are you can iterate through this. Uh, you can first you can store the data in matrix, and you know that with basic algebra you can do multiplication, division, all these things in a matrix, and you can multiply it. You can do a matrix multiplication, you can do a matrix subtraction, all these things. So so all this like you have an image that is also represented by some m cross n matrix. So matrix is everywhere. So that's why we actually in research, what I also do, I have, let's say I want to analyze some image that I have. I want to extract some features out of it. So I first uh, take that data as a matrix. It may be 2 cross 2 matrix or 2 cross 3 matrix. It may be uh, it not 2 cross 2 matrix. It may be 2D matrix or it can be a 3D matrix also. So there can be one matrix and above that a one matrix. So this way there can be many ways, but what it does, enables us to process that data really fast. So that's why we use matrix. And how we can represent the elements in the matrix is the such way, like you can have a m cross n matrix. It don't need to be a square matrix. It can have any dimensions. Like it can have m rows, n columns, m rows. Sorry, n rows, m columns, whatever. You can interchange it. So it can have any dimension. Even zero cross one cross one is also matrix. There can be lot of different ways you can represent a matrix. Okay, so if I think you guys have also maybe familiar with this matrix in your elementary schools. But the question is, what does the following code do? So the aim of this question is like if you have a matrix, so you want to go to each element and do some operation, and then want to like do some operation, some addition, subtraction, then how you are going to do it. So before going to that, first you should know like how you can make your own matrix in Python. So this question is really in that direction. So here I'm asking, what does the following code do? I have a list. I have defined a list, and then it returns the 0 for I in range 4. Then I'm printing a list. So what is the answer is create a list. So if I print list, so what it will do? There is four options. One is this: create a list with four element, all initialized to one. Create a list with four element, all initialized to zero. Create a list with 0 to 3. Prints the number from 0 to 3. So which one is correct? Okay. Nigam is saying it's C. Shreya Sharma is saying it's B. Aman Dholakia is saying it's B. So yeah, Priyanshi Sukla is also saying 0000. So yeah, so some okay. Baswa Sumasari saying it's C. And there are a lot of people that say it's B. So yes, the option B is correct. And why it is correct? So let me show you that. So I hope you can see my screen. So what I have written that a list was there, and then I have defined something like this: 0 for I in range 4, right? Now what I did was print list. Okay, so let's see the output. It's the output of 0000. So what it is doing, it is saying that for I in range 4 means I will iterate over 0, 1, 2, 3. But what it will do, it will append 0 each time it iterates over I. So this is what it does. Does anybody have any problem with that code? Okay. So if nobody has problem with that one, so
Sir, yeah.
yes.
So for range and the phone, it will take a 4 or does it take 3 times? That
So
is n minus x.
yeah. So okay, in Python, if you okay for first for the range function is such if you give if you give it some number, let's say 4 or 5, if you give it 4, then it will give you 0, 1, 2, 3, not 4. It never goes to this beyond this wall. So understand this range as this wall. So it will start from 0, it will go to 1, 2, 3, but 4, it's a wall for it. So it won't go beyond this. And it also won't take this one. Okay?
Okay, sir, I understood. So zero,
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So 0, 1, 2, 3 is 4, but it only takes like it do not include this 4.
Yeah, okay, sir. Now I can understand.
Okay. So
Sir,
if you
excuse me.
yes,
Sir, what is the specific use of range in the Python? I don't understand.
okay. So Do you understand how a for loop works?
Yes, sir.
So for loop is you want to iterate some uh, some block of code like a given number of time, right? So what range does, it enables you to iterate the for loop that number of time. But at the same time, it also returns something like I. I always write for I in range this. So that I, what is being returned here, is incremented each time. Like it will start from 0, then it will go to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. And let me show you something else also. So that's then you will have a clear picture what range actually do. There are another other ways to iterate through for loop also. But uh, okay, so I will show you two things so you it will clear what range actually does.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I will share my internet. Okay, so okay, first let me clarify this. Let's say I have a list, and list is containing what? List is containing numbers from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, right? Now, if I'm calling for I in list, print I. So, Chabi, do you understand what is going to happen here? What it will print? Just some guess.
Sir, the list 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and why you think so? Like, why is that? Because I am saying I in list means, yeah, I is in the list, and what is I?
List
I is taking these values 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I run this, so what will happen? It will print 1, 2, 3, 4.
3, 4.
Now, if let's say I don't have this list, but I have this number n, and I want to iterate five, like I want to run this loop 5 times and print hello. So how I'm going to print 5 times hello? So there is a function inbuilt here, and that is range. And what you do, you just provide that number, and it will run 5 times. And also let's print I also and see what happens to I. So I in range 5. So what it does, it actually prints, it runs loop 5 times, and the same times it also increments the I. I starts from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. And you can also change the way I starts. Like you can go from 1 to 5. Now I will take only values from this one, but exclude this one always. So it is including the 1, it including the 2, 3, 4, but it is not going to include 5. And you can also do like something like 4 and 5. So what is going to happen? It will only include 4 and reject 5. So it only prints one time. You understand?
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so this is how range function works. You can
Sir,
iterate through, yeah.
I have a doubt. Is it possible to replace the variable I with some other alphabets?
Let's say your this. Let's put X and let's run. Yep, it's possible.
Okay, sir.
So it's like there are some programming habits that people have. So when they are going to iterate through loops, they use I, J, K, L, M, N. So it's like kind of a habit
Okay, sir.
because what did you do now? You describe like you have this habit. You have something unknown. You describe it with X, right? This is a
Yes, sir.
this is what you do in mathematics. So why you do that? It's not really necessary, but in this Python, it's the same thing. You can do whatever. Range 5 comma 5. Okay, a good question. So let's see what happens to range 5 comma 5. So it is going to give me some output or not?
It will not give any output.
Yes, you are correct. Nothing is wrong, but it won't give any output because there is nothing in range 5 to 5. There is nothing to assign some value to x, right? And what will happen to this one? If I have initial value 5 and the final value 2, and I'm saying okay for I x in range this, print this. So what will happen? Can somebody tell me?
It will not also give any output.
Yes, because 5 is the minimum value that we should place in range function and 2 is the maximum value. So it is actually not possible that from 5 it will go to 2 because it can only increment, and increment will be like 6, 7, 8. But that increment will never lead to 2, right? So it won't run. Means it will run, but it won't give any output because nothing has been there in that loop, in that like 5 to 2 range. So this is how range function works. One. So practice on range function. You understand what I did here?
Step
It's,
value, sir.
yeah, so it's also a range function, but I have used step value, right? So it's a two. It starts from one, but it takes a step of two each time. Then it goes one, three, five, seven, nine. And if sometimes uh, you can also increment this range here. Okay, if I want to increment x by what? 0.5. Can I do this?
No, sir.
Obviously, you can do it. But what it will happen? It won't do anything because for first one time this loop will run. So it will take a value one, but second again. So one and now x. Now you're defining x with some different like x plus zero point 0.5. So its value becomes 1.5. But what happens? It goes again goes here and it takes range is giving 2 to x. Then its value again changes. So nothing is wrong here. Just just you can't define this way. Means it won't do anything. The range will work accordingly because you can change the value of x, but once you go up here in the loop, again range function will give you the value 2, and so whatever value you have assigned previously, it will be erased. Okay, now I will go to next slide. I hope it was clear. So question number 4, what does the following code do? So now I told you guys how to make a list. So that list was, it has one rows and four columns, right? Now I want to make a matrix. And so, okay, so I'm asking, what does the following code do? For I in range 3, I have an empty row. I have defined a list that is empty. And then for j in range 3, I am appending that row I'm appending in row a counter value and then increasing this counter value by 1. And then I'm appending the entire row in a matrix. I'm printing a matrix. So I'm asking question what a prints a 3 cross 3 matrix with all element initialized to 1. Print a 3 cross 3 matrix from elements 1 to 9. Print a 3 cross 3 matrix from elements 0 to 8. Raises the error because matrix dimensions are incorrect. So let's go to this So what do you think? B. Okay, let's go to our question. So it's B. It prints a 3 cross 3 matrix from 1 to 9. Did you guys notice that I have used two for loops? And
Yes, sir.
in this question, I have used only one for loop. So okay. Now let's go to spider and let's actually check this. So for okay, I had a list that was something like this: 0 for I in range 4. Then I was printing that list. So what it was giving? It was giving me 0 0 0 0. Now you guys understood it very well. Okay. So let me do something like this. List 2. So what I'm doing same thing. 0 for I in range 4. Now I'm going to do something even for J in range 4. Print list 2. Okay. So here I am using two for loops. So if I am not expecting anyone to guess this thing, but if somebody can guess that, so what do you think? What will happen? What will list two print? Okay. So let me run this. So it's printing 0 0 0 1 time, this 0 0 0 0 2 times, 0 0 0 0 3 times, but they are separated by a comma. You can notice it, all these things. So it's actually printing a 4 cross 4 matrix with all the values assigned to 0. So how it is working? Let me share that with you. So I had this list 2, that was this 0 for I in range, sorry guys, this thing 4, right? And then again this was inside for J in range 4. Okay. So for this one, everybody understood that it will put 0 4 times inside this bracket. Okay. Now what I did, I just another inserted a different uh, this bracket, and inside that I just written the same syntax like for j in range this. So you understand, like this was the loop, and this was what it was supposed to do inside that loop. It was supposed to insert 0. Now it's the same thing. It's this is the loop, and what is supposed to do? It was supposed to put this 4 times inside this list. This one, right? This one. So what it actually did. It actually did this 0, 0, 0, 0, okay, 4 times. So you understood and separated it by comma. And okay, you can do even more in this one. You can you can define a you can define a list, another list like this one. Sorry. Okay, you can define a list here like list 3, and I want to do like, let's go from uh, 0 I in range 3, j in range 3, k in range 3, print list 3. Okay, print this. So what we are getting 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, then comma. Okay, you see here are, this is one bracket, this is the second one, this is the third one, but they are closing now with a two brackets, and then again there a different bracket starts here, and then a different one. So you see, so what is happening here, it is including a from 0 to 2 inside a list, and that list is being appended to a different list by this function, and the same thing is being appended to a different list by this function. So you can do it like infinitely many times. So it was just to make a matrix of 0 comma 0, but you guys only need two for loops just to make a 2 cross 2 matrix that you know. It can go up to, you can make an n dimensional matrix with this one. Okay, I hope this was this everybody understood. So now coming back to this question. Okay, so that was like so that whatever I have shown to you, that was just a different way to make a matrix. Now you can make a matrix also like this way. It's just the same thing we are doing. You can have two for loop that like before, and you can now you can have some controls over the element that you are going to put in inside that matrix, and that is done by this counter. So if I want to show you this one, I just so what I have written was this matrix, and it was empty. Now I have defined a counter, and it was 1. So I written for I in range 3, for j in range 3. Okay, these two things are defined now. Print. Okay, not print. So here I am defining a new row, and uh, that is also empty. So I'm appending row dot append, and I'm appending counter each time, and I'm increasing the counter value by 1. And then what I'm coming back from this one and I'm appending this matrix with the and that object is our row. Printing matrix. So this was the code. Now what it is doing, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So first I goes through this range, a row is there and it is empty. Then it goes through this different Nigam. Hello, Nigam. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so it is append it. I have defined a different empty list. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. So it's the empty list. What I'm doing, I'm going through this loop again, J, and now I'm appending the count. So count is 1 initially. So it will append row dot it will append one here. Then it will increase the count value by 1, and this J will again go to the J will again go to, like, it will iterate 3 times. So each time its value count value gets increased, and this 1, 2, 3 gets appended here. Now the row value has been changed from empty to 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this matrix dot append, what it will do, it will append that row. So it will append 1, comma 2, comma 3. Now once it is done, so because you have just defined this row as empty, so it will come out of this loop. It will append row here, and again once you go through this I once again this row is empty again because you have defined this way. And but the count is not, count is 3 now this time. So it will append okay, count has been increased to 4, so it will append 4, comma 5,
What
comma
is the use
6.
of append function?
So appends just appends a value in list at the last position, any value. It can be a string object, it can be true, false, anything like binary, anything. So this way it is this code is working, and you are getting a you are getting a 3 cross 3 matrix with three columns, 3 columns and 3 rows. Okay, you can do this 4 one. Yes, 4. So you can get a, like, how many I are there? I is like 4. So there will be 4 rows. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, and 4 rows separated by a comma. Okay, this is one way to write a matrix, but a simple matrix you can just write it like this, like 1, 2, 3. It's just a 1 cross print matrix. You will get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Sorry, and you can also print something this mat save dot matrix. It's a save or what? Okay, it's a list, but no, I'm not interested in this one. I'm interested in this one. So it's 3. See, it's a 3 comma something. Okay. Now if I do something like this, I put a comma here and I make another list 2 comma 3 comma 4 and I do something like this, then what will happen? So it is saying it has 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay. Can we remove this one and then run this? So it is saying that it has inhomogeneity when you're trying to print the shape, but the matrix is there 1, 2, 3, 2 comma 3. So you can define any kind of matrix. It's the thing. But once you are working with NumPy, you have to define a like homogeneity. You have to take care of homogeneity. And once it is homogeneous, it can define the shape. Okay. So this way you can define a matrix.
Sir, I
Yes.
have a doubt. Uh, can we decrement the value of step count in a for loop?
Can be decrement a value of so okay, the I value that iterates over something. It's fixed. And it's only increasing because you are using a range function.
Sir, the I can be decremented by putting step size negative values.
That we can check.
So in that way, we can decrement values. Sir, suppose 5 used to
But
come
but
to
but then at the same time, I think so the range value for let's say I'm putting range from 1 to 10, right? And you're saying I put this step -1. This is what you're saying. And let's say I'm printing I. So if I do this, it's a syntax error because oh sorry, so syntax error. No, it's in range. Now what will happen? It is running, but it's not giving anything because one decremented by -1 it's 0 and 0 -1 it's something that is not going to 10, so it's not working. Now what you are asking?
10 comma 1 comma -1. I think
Ha, 10 comma, yes, yeah, you can do that. It's allowed. 10 comma 1 comma -1. Yes, it's allowed because now you will decrement the value of 10 to -1 and it will reach a limit of 1. So it's allowed. It will do that.
yeah. Okay. Thank
And even you can go up to
Sir,
-1. It's a not it's a valid.
you. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Okay. If this okay. So question number 5 is this. What does the following code do? We have two lists. List 1, apple, banana, kiwi, orange. List 2, watermelon, melon, kiwi, banana. Then we have defined something called common. Not what now what I'm
I
doing.
have a doubt.
Yeah. So first let me complete this question. So it's the for I in range 4, if list I equal to list 2 I common dot append list I list 1 I. So print common. So it concatenates the options are concatenates the two lists into a single list, find the common element between two lists and appends them to the common list, checks if the lengths of two lists are equal, prints the elements that are equal to each list. So what's the answer? Yeah. So find the common element between two lists and appends them to the list. Because what it is doing, so I told you like using for loop, you can iterate through over anything. So uh, as I as I have made a list before, and then I used a for loop to get each element of that list, right? So here what will happen? For I in range 4, the first for loop, I will take value of apple, then it will take, so I will take value of apple. Now, oh, sorry, no, I'm wrong here. So I'm using range here. So I will take value of 0. So it will go to list 1 and then it will index that 0 value. So list 1 0 is what? Apple. And list 2 0 is what? At watermelon. So they equal to sign is checking, oh, both values are equal or not. So it's not. So it won't append anything. Then it will go again to banana and melon in the list 2 and they are not equal. Then it will go again to kiwi. The kiwi value is equal. So they will get appended to the common list. Then it will go again to orange and banana. So they are not equal. So it won't append. So the once we print common, so it will print only the kiwi value. And that's why the option number B is correct. Okay, so somebody was asking something.
Sir, for example, for I in range 0 to 4, what it will print 0, comma 1, comma 2, comma 4, or 1 to 3, or
For range in what?
for I in range
Huh?
1, comma 4, what it will print? I have
So it will include, so consider this. I always take this example. So the last value in range is the wall, and the first value is where you start. So you will start from 1, 2, 3, but the 4, this is a wall, it won't get included. So you will have only 1, 2, 3.
oh, last value can't be included.
Yes, it for range function it's not included. Con-
Okay,
take,
sir.
always keep this in your mind.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Yes.
thank you, sir.
Okay, next. Okay, so next is leap year. So leap year is a year that is evenly divisible by 4, except for the years that are divisible by 100. However, divisible by, however, years divisible by 400 are also leap years. So, can somebody tell me 2024 is a leap year or not?
Leap year, sir.
Leap
Uh,
years.
okay, so this is our question. The question is, 2024 is a leap year or not? So I told you, like guys, like this one, the leap year is divisible by, evenly divisible by 4, except for that years that are divisible by 100. However, divisible by 400 are also leap year. So this is you can see there is one condition that is evenly divisible by 4. Then there is the second condition, except for the years that are divisible by 100. Then there is a third condition that they should be also divisible by 400. Now, now the thing is, like there are three conditions. So you guys know about if else, or these things that you can use. You know conditionals very well. So can we write some logic to check whether a given year is a leap year or not? So let's go for 2024, right? So what I will do, I have a year. So I have a, let's say I have a year and it's a 2024. Now what I'm doing, I'm
Sir,
doing,
screen is not visible.
oh, sorry. Thanks. Thank you. So I would say my entire screen. Okay. So, so what I'm doing, if my year, year is divisible by, okay, modulo division. So no remainder by 4 equal to 0. So first one is certified, right? That our year should be divisible by 4. But at the same time, we have to make sure that it should not be divisible by 100. So how we are going to take care of that?
Sir,
Not equal
can
to
we
zero.
use N? Can we use A and A and?
This,
Or we can symbolize it.
yeah, not equal. This is how we write. Not equal to. This is. I press not this and I press this thing. So it's not equal to. So spider is automatically do this.
Sir,
Okay.
we can use symbolically and or English alphabet and
Yeah. Okay. So let me first do this. Okay. These two things would be there. And if this is correct, this is leap year or year divided by
400.
year divided by 400 equal to 0. If this the like any one of them or it's first this one A or B, you know the logic behind this, right?
Yes, sir.
Or condition gives like if you have guys read about OR gate. OR gate is like they have two inputs. There is some logic OR and one output. So if A is true, it will give one. If B is true, it will give one. If A and B both are true, it will give one. And if both are false, then it will give zero. So same thing is here.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't understand the second condition that is not divisible by 100. Can you elaborate that? Because 2000, year 2000 is a leap year and it's divisible by 100.
Year 2000 is leap year, right? We were saying year 2000. Let us
Divisible.
check that. Okay. Print. Print. So we have 2000 and then we divided by 100. It's a 20. It's also divisible by what? Uh,
Divisible by 4.
that's so. If I divided by like 400, so it's OR logic, na? So it is also saying either this is true or this is true. So this 400 is also dividing this year. So it's true in that sense. So it's leap year.
then what the output will be, sir?
What?
Then what the output will be displayed.
So it's a leap year. I've just checked this
We just check it.
because there are two conditions.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Okay.
In case of writing or, can we write else statement?
What?
Yeah, you are
No, no,
writing
no.
if
No, actually, what we are using is combined statement, combined conditionals. So that is very necessary. Like we want to execute multiple conditions, but the conditions is such a way that either one of them is true. Then one thing will be executed, not a multiple things. So else is used when different condition is true and different output is given. But here, two different conditions are either satisfied, one output is given. That's why we are using OR loop. Or, sorry, OR.
yeah, okay.
Okay, okay.
You understand it like this. Here, two conditionals are given, but one output is like we want one output. But if or else are used where different conditionals give different results.
Yes, sir.
You can write some other logic also with else, but this is in this way you can just do it in one line. Maybe you can find something. Okay, so you understand this question. So 2024 is a leap year. Now, what does the following code do? I am importing a random. Uh, so last week I have told you guys like how random works, how this random int, random choice, all these things. So I'm importing a random function. So and then I have defined a list movies that is Chinatown, Titanic, Avengers, Jungle Book, Matrix. So I have created a variable random movie, and I have assigned its value is equal to random dot choice, and inside that bracket I have put movies. So I want to print. I'm formatting the string. The chosen movie is F is used for formatting this curly bracket and this random movie. Random movie is the variable. So whatever the value will be here in the random movie will be put here and this formatted, and then it will print something. So
Sir, why we write first print F?
so F, okay, good question. So I will tell you guys about list formatting in just a moment. So F is used for list formatting, and I will tell you why it is used and how it helps us. But first, the answer. Print the list of movies in alphabetical order. Select the random character from each movie title and print it. Randomly chooses a movie from list and prints its title. Print the list of movies in reverse order.
Option C.
Yes, so random dot choice, what it does, it actually have one, two, three, four, five choices, and it randomly selects any one of them, and then it stores it in a random movie, and then that value is brought here in this string, and that string is formatted. So somebody asked, sir, why we are using this formatting F? Okay, so let me share a screen. You can see my screen, right? So let's say I have a list. I have defined, let's say something movie one, then I have movie. Okay.
Sir, can we take duplicates on this? Sir, what is the difference between list and tuple, sir?
I'm importing random, and I have movie variable. Then I'm assigning it random of choice. Then I'm giving a sequence list, and then what it's doing? What it's doing is the printing f the movie is curly bracket and this and movie. Now I run this. So it randomly selects. You see the output here. It's a movie five. So it randomly selected this one movie, and that is movie five. And once I run this again, it's a movie one. And once I run this again, it's randomly selecting one again, and then again it's a four, and again it's a four. It's random. So it's a random dot choice. It's just very random, and it's one, two, four, that's three. So you understand like how this works. Now the main part is why we have written F. Now let's remove this. What will happen? The movie is curly bracket movie. So what actually F is doing? F saying that whatever this inside this curly bracket is not a string. Actually, it has some value. put that value, then what will be that it and convert it to the string. So that value the movie is, and the value of movie is movie 1 2 3 4 5 or whatever it is putting here, and then it is converting all these things to string and printing it using print function. You see, so it's movie 3, but here it's the movie is movie inside a curly bracket. So this is how this formatting is working. So f is used to format. Did you got the question answer? Okay, next stage. So next is, what does the following code do? I'm using a range from I in range 1 to 15 and j in range 2 to 1, and I'm saying that 2 to I, sorry, and I'm saying that if I modulo division, that means we will check for the remainder equal to 0, then break out, else print that for modulo I means that modulo I again then plus is a prime number. This is also one type of formatting, is string formatting. So learn about how to format strings in Python. It will be really helpful to print some values and write also like is a prime number I have written. Then I have written I. So how we are
What is
doing that?
percentage I?
What?
Percentage I.
What?
Percentage I. For example, percentage J refers to integer I. To,
Uh,
what is percentage I refers to?
okay. Percentage I refers inside that quoted string to that it is waiting for some value that is integer, and coincidentally that I is the value that we are it's referring to. You can put percentage I inside that string to refer that it's a integer, but you can after that you can put percentage j if j is your like some variable x y anything, but that x y or j it has to be an integer. So it will put that value inside that string, and then it has a plus sign is a prime number, so just simple string concatenation and it will print all the things. Okay,
So doubts.
what?
In printf, if we want to put j over there instead of I, should j contain all integers like
No,
2
not
comma some integer?
no, no. So j has to be an integer. Otherwise, it will give an error. And there are different specifier to tell a print function that format this way. If let's say j is an float, then where I have written percentage I inside the quote, that I have to percentage f, that I have to replace with percentage f. That it's a float value. So if you go and search how we format strings in Python, you will see all these things in the documentation. I have just used it deliberately to tell you guys like this is the way you can do formatting of the string. Okay, so somebody can somebody tell me what the answer?
Option C.
Yes. So let us check. Okay, option C. Yes, it's correct. And how it is happening? Let's check this. So I will share my screen. Okay. So what we have? We have some number. Okay, no, we have for I in range 1 to 15. And then what we are doing, we are saying that for j in range 2 comma I, if j, if I modulo division j means the remainder is equal to 0, break, and else, sorry. So this was the thing. Now, if it's not doing this, then uh, else is what? Else print I. But let's check this what it touch. What's the I it's fine. No, no, it has to be outside. Let's run this. Whatever it's giving that 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, again 5 is a prime number. So repeating 9 is a prime number, 11, 13. So it's giving the correct output. But uh, but the thing is, like it's repeating many times. Like 3, 5 it repeats 3 times, for 7 it's 4, 9 it's 1 time. So whatever what you can do, it's just continue and that's it. Okay, so okay, here print here. Next out is sorry, let me go back to that. Okay, so no, you just put break here because once you once you identified that as prime number, then to do anything, break in for loop. Now good to go. So many did you understand how this break works? So what it does actually, first I is 1. So for j in range 2 to 1, and as we have seen that this range function, if this lower this right hand side limit is less than the left hand side limit, it won't do anything. So all these things are not executed, so it just goes away. Then again I is equal to 2, j is 2 to 2, it won't do anything again because both limits are equal. But for once the I is 3, now 2 to 3. Okay, so 2 to 3, this means that j will take value of 2 and then it will check for 3 by 3 modulo division 2 equal to 0. It won't be true because 3 modulo division 2 has a remainder of 1. So it won't be true. Then it will go to else condition and then it says, oh, I is a prime number. I means that 3 is a prime number. And then it will break. That means it won't go any further in this loop and it will break out of this for loop, this one. So break works for this loop, not this condition, because once this break condition, it once this something that the sequence reaches to break, so it breaks that loop. Okay, so this loop is broken. Now it will go for this I again. So it will go for like 3, okay, 4, and the for loop what will happen? 2 to 4. So this 4 is now divided by j, that is 3. like it will go from 2. So 2 equal to 0. Yes, it's true. Then it will break out. And now, so it just breaks. So it won't go for 3 also because the loop is now broken. So it just jumps out. All the things that are written like at the end of this break statement, below this break statement, it's not executed and it just goes back to this loop. This loop just stops working after it reaches to a break statement. It just goes back to where it started. So this is how this break statement is working. Okay. So it checks for a number that if it is divisible by. So why I'm putting I here? I'm putting I here because let's say you have put 7. So that number has not to be divided by itself, but it if it is being divided by the number less than that, so that means it's not a prime number because the prime number is what? It can be only divisible by 1 or itself. So I have excluded both 1 and itself by using 2 and I. So whatever the number is coming between that number and 1 is checking for each time, like for j is for j checking if that number is divisible by 2, 3, 4, anything, then just break out of that loop. It's not a prime number. But if that condition is not satisfied, then go again and print this is a prime number and just break this loop, this j loop. And and this j loop is broken. And okay, now once you do this, so if you put break here, it just break this loop because nothing will be satisfied. Once this condition is are not satisfied, this loop is stopped working. So that's why we put this break inside this for loop. So now again some number comes and it do the same thing between 2 and that number. So that's why I have used I because I is some number in between 1 and 15, and then again that number is being checked whether it is divisible by any number in between 2 and that number. If it is divisible, it's not a prime number. If it is not divisible, it's a prime number. Same logic.
So in that question, it is just following the the given snippet, or it is like 9 is not the prime number, but still showing the result that 9 is a prime number. So it is just because it is divided by 2, that is why it is showing that.
Sorry, I think okay. Yes, it's a good catch. Sorry, it's a mistake. 9 has not to be here. No?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's check. Let's check what is happening. 9 has not to be here. Okay, let's rectify this. Good. If I is
The
here,
screen is not visible, sir.
what?
Screen is not visible.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, good catch. Yep. Okay. So if 9 comes, then what happens? We have okay, let's go from uh, 9 to
Hello.
yes.
Sir, screen is still not visible.
It's not visual.
Name is visible, but it is showing that perfect number while the screen, not the previous one.
Okay, sorry. Stop presenting and then go again to entire screen. And okay, sorry. So let's go from 9 to 10 and let's print each thing. What is happening here? Okay. So it will print I. Now I'm rectifying a program. So how this is how you do it. I don't know why it is giving 9 is a prime number. So what I will do, I will just put put where I have doubt, like what is happening here. Okay, whatever. I will just put print statement everywhere. And now I have a specific number from 9 to 10. That means it is going on to take only one value, and that is 9, right? So it's 9, and 9 is a prime number. And if from range 2 to I, it has to be divisible by 2 to I. Okay, this is again, this is 9, and between 2 and 9 comes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And 9 is divisible by 3, and that is equal to 0, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
So
Break
for
here.
j in range of 2 comma I plus 1 will be correct, sir.
What? I plus?
1. So last number also it can check no,
N-
sir.
No, no. Last number. Why we need to check last number? We know that a number can be divided by itself, right? So
Okay, sir.
that won't help. Now, okay. So it's not going inside this loop. Print J. It's working fine. Like it's showing that J goes to takes value 2. Okay. Then it takes, if I modulo division by 2 is equal to 0, and it is not because there is some remainder, then it breaks out, and then it goes to 3, and then 3, what it does, okay, it is not going back to 3, right? It is just printing to 2. That means there is some remainder, like it has remainder 1, and this statement is not true, so else statement is executed. But the break function, what it should do, if I'm calling a break, then it should break that loop. Can I do this? Okay, not this. Let's remove this one. I put this, put break here, and this. 2, 9 is a prime number again. No, 2, 3, and then 0. No mistake here. The mistake is taking value, what? Where is 0 coming from? It's taking 9, then it's printing j is equal to 2, then 3, then 0. Okay, this division is 0. This one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But it is supposed to stop at here, at 3. So this loop should break, and this thing, if it is breaked, flag, flag equal true, and if it is started to flag is equal to false, false. Now what it should do, if now we'll go out here, and I will go here, loop if flag equal to true, the prime number, and break it out of it. Okay, this is what we have written. Let's run it again. See, it should be equal to, because we are comparing something. Now I will try, I will stop this one also, and not and this one. Now I will change the value from 9 to 10. Okay, nothing. Now let's go from 1 to 15. 1 is a prime number. No, don't need to break. Continue. 1 is a prime number, 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, 7 is a prime number, 11 is a prime number, 13 is a prime number. Sorry guys, it was my mistake, but the thing is, so it's the logic I have explained, but the thing is that what is a flag doing here? So flag is true. That means I have assigned some variable flag and I have said it that its Boolean value is true. So if any number between let's say for 9 the 3 was dividing it completely and it was 0, that you know, but whatever I have written was not what satisfied, and the condition below was executed, like for 2 it was not satisfied and else condition was executed. So that's why it was giving us wrong information. But now this flag is true, and if it is divisible by any number, the flag immediately becomes false. And I can also include a break statement here now. So it just break this loop and it won't do anything. Now it will break out this loop, and again it will go for, okay, now it's break out this loop, and now the flag value is compared with true. Oh, if that flag value is true, that means it's prime number, because this there was no number which had satisfied this condition. If it has satisfied this condition, this flag become false. So it never satisfied, so flag value was true, it remains true, and that's why it was never divided by any number between uh, that 2 and that value, so it never became uh, so never divided, that means a prime, and the flag remains true, and it's print is the true number, and it breaks out of that loop. So now the logic is here. Sorry, I made a mistake there. So you guys understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, now there is a perfect number. I will share my slides. So a perfect number is a positive integer that is equal to sum of its proper divisors excluding itself, i.e. the divisors of 6 excluding 6 itself are 1, 2 and 3, and the sum of these divisors is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. Okay, it has been repeated like 1, 2, 3 is equal to 6. Okay, so 6 Its the divisors are 1, 2, and 3, and now you sum it up, you will get what? You will get 3, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, 3 and 3 is equal to 6. So this is what a perfect number is. Now the question is, what does the following code do? If we define a perfect number n, we're defining a function and we are putting answer is equal to 0, and now what it do? It takes a range from 1 to n, and then it divides it value by I, and if it equal to 0, then what it do? It appends it adds that value to answer, and if answer, now this loop has been completed, now it comes out that loop, and now it compares the answer value with the number value and checks if this is true, means answer equal to n, then it's a perfect number. Else print is not a perfect number. So it's a perfect number 28. So what will happen here? Is is 28 a perfect number? It's a prime number or whatever. So do you guys think which option is correct?
Option B.
B, sir.
Yes. Check if the 28 a perfect number. And do you think that 28 is a perfect number? So 28 has what divisors? It has 2, 1, 1 comma 2, uh, comma 4, comma 7, and 14. That's it.
So 28 is a perfect number.
Yes, because its divisors are 1, comma 2, comma 4, comma 7, comma 14. And once you add them up, it's a 4, like 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, and 3 plus 4 is equal to 7, and 7 plus 7 is equal to 14, and 14 plus 14 is equal to 28. Okay? So it's what it is doing. It is taking from 1 to n. That means it's excluding that number itself. Now so all the numbers are going to divide, like I is going to divide that number by modulo division, and it checks whether there is some remainder or not. If remainder is not there, that means it is dividing it perfectly. So add that answer, that value, and then again move on to next number and so on. And once this loop is finished, so whatever remains is the answer equal to that number. So you print that is perfect number. Okay, you can check any number in this way. Okay, then next question is, so what does the following code do? So this is, I have told you guys how to make a matrix. Now what I'm making a matrix of 3 cross 3, and then I'm accessing an element 1 1 of matrix in this way. So I'm printing it. The value of that element at the position 1 comma 1 is element 1 1. So what will be the output? What?
6.
Option A.
Yes, option A is correct, because I told you that in Python,
Oh,
what happens that whatever you give, whatever is there, if it is a list of 1 comma and 1 comma 3, 1 comma 3, that means like 1, 2, comma 3. There are three numbers inside the list. So index of this is 0, index of this will be 1, index of this will be 2. In the same way you can have a matrix where it's like this: 1 comma 2 comma 3. Then again, second row you are separating by a comma. That's the 4 comma 5 comma 6. And then there is the third row, and that is 7, comma 8, comma 9, and then closing the bracket, and then what are you doing? Oh, close it. Okay, then I'm doing this. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is what? This is 0, comma 0. This is 0, comma 1, and this is 0, comma 2, and this is what? This is 1, comma 0, and this is 1, comma 1, and this is 1, comma 2, and this is 2, comma 0, 2, comma 1, and this is 2. So that's why in this question, in this question, the value at 1, comma 1 is 15. Okay, so next one is this. Okay, now the matrix multiplication. I think regarding this, you guys have a lot of questions on quiz. So how a matrix multiplication is defined? That you can calculate the matrix multiplication only when you have uh, okay. Let me show you how this matrix multiplication works. So you have let's say a matrix of some matrix that is M cross N, and a matrix P that has some dimension P cross Q. So you can write a matrix that has some dimension A comma P, sorry, some R comma S, and that is that this and this is okay, C each where A times B, right? This is the matrix multiplication. Now this is only possible when these two values are equal, means N is equal to P, then this is possible, and the resultant matrix has dimension of M comma this Q. So resultant matrix will be of this dimension, and that you can see here. Like I have a matrix of 3 rows, 2 columns, and a matrix B of 2 rows, 3 columns. Then I have a resultant. Okay, so remember this: 3 rows, 2 columns, 2 rows, 3 columns. It's 3 cross 2 and 2 cross 3. Sorry, 2 cross 3. So the number of uh, columns in this matrix A, the number of rows in this matrix B are equal. So we can write a matrix C where C is the product of two matrix A comma B in this way. So its dimension, I told you, it's a 3 cross 2, it's a 2 cross 3. So 2 gets eliminated. Now remains what? 3 comma 3, and that's it, the dimension of your resulting matrix 3 comma 3. And where each element of this matrix is defined by this way. Okay. So I think there have been a lot of questions on this method in your quiz, right? Or programming assignment, where you have to calculate matrix multiplication of any given dimension M cross M. There are two matrices with different dimension, and I hope that number of rows and the number of columns in the different matrix are equal. That's why they okay, then they can be multiplied. Otherwise, they can't be multiplied. And one way we can do it in Python is I can show you. So much here. So I have a matrix A comma B, and let's print that matrix. Print A, the matrix, first matrix, print C, print B, the second matrix, and you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if I if I if I want to have a then we can verify that this has 2 cross 2, 2 cross 2. So number of rows in this one and number of sorry, number of columns in this one and number of rows in this matrix B are equal. So we can write a matrix C, and that dimension will be 2 cross 2. So how we can do that? We can make our empty matrix C first for I in range 2 and for j in range 2. So let's print C. What will be C? Print C this once I run this. So we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These two are the matrix A and B, and this 0 comma 0 is the matrix C. Now what we can do? We can we can go through the each element of this matrix, and change its value depending on uh, the the formula that we have seen in the PPT. So what I'm doing, I'm going through each value of this matrix C, that is 0 first. Then first I'm taking this I in range 2. That means this is a row of A. Then I'm taking J in range 2. That is means it's column of B. Then what I'm doing, I'm taking K in range of 2. That means it's a column of A. Now what will happen? Cij. So Cij, it's I'm accessing the one element of this matrix C, and what I'm doing, I'm adding its value Cij plus Aik plus into Bkj. So you see this thing, this K gets eliminated, and what remains is this Aij plus Bkj, and K runs two times because so it this way uh, it multiplies this column value of A with rows value of B, because you see once we are in have gone through I, once we are have gone through J, there is this K variable, and this is changing of what? It's taking A I K. K means that for 0 it will take for let's say I 0, so it will be 0 comma 0, but that means it's the first element and first column, and for B it will be 0 comma 0, that means also first element, first column, first row, right? But once again K goes to 1, so what happens here? It's AI, and it is 0, I 0, A 0 comma 1. That means it's a second element, means it's a second element of first row, i.e. it's in second column. But here the the K changes in this B first. So it means that it's a second row, but J is same. J is 0 still. So J is 0. That means it is taking the value that is there in second column, second row and first column, and this way it sums up. So once you see this function, it actually uh, uh, gives you the same thing. Like you can check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 we have, and then the matrix resultant in 19, 22, 43, 50, 50. So I will show you this. Let's calculate this one first. Okay, I can calculate here. We have matrix, and that matrix is what was that? That matrix is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So I will save this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then matrix is 5, 8, So what is happening here? We are multiplying it. So what is happening here inside a bigger matrix that is so 2 first is this dimension and 2 plus 2 is the base and this value is equal to this value so they get cancelled they are not there and this remains so that's why they are 2 cross 2 and this has to be equal always. Now what happens like first take with this one so what will happen 1 will multiplied with 5 that means first row first column plus it's adding because Cij was added with something then we go to second row of second column of first matrix that is 2 then we were going to second row of second matrix that was 7 and this was our first element and the same way we can go 1 to this way and take this one 1 to 6 and 8 plus 8 to 2 and 3 to 5 plus 4 to 7 and 3 to 6 plus 4 to 8 and it was equal to 5 and 7 to 14 it's 19 and 6 plus 22 and it was uh, 28 plus 15 and that is 38 and it's a 43 and this was 18 plus 32 and it was 50. So this is what we are getting. So what we did, we first had two loop that was going first that loop I was going through this row and then the second loop j was going through this one this row. Then what was happening? We had a third k loop where we were doing. We were taking this element and this element. We were multiplying these two, then taking this element and this element and multiplying these two and then we were adding them and that's what it did then again it was okay once it happened then the j loop was inside I loop so it ran again so that means first this column was done then again this column was done here now the I will again change its value one time and now j will take this column with this one here and then again this one with here so this way, this was happening, and inside that K loop was working. So this way we calculated all these things. Okay, so that's it. So I want to thank Professor Sudarshan Nagar from IT Ropar, NPTEL team, and PMRF team, and Department of Physics of IIT Kanpur to give me such an opportunity to present my to have this session. Okay, does anybody have any question?
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, thanks. Okay, so you guys have to like yes, I will share the notes of today's session. Okay, I will do that. I will also share the notes. So you want notes or just a PPT? What
Notes.
Priyanshi Sukla? Notes. Okay, I can also share the notes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, guys. Does anybody have any doubt, any question?
No, sir.
Okay.
No,
Thanks.
sir.
Thanks. So I will close this session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.